What is the creepiest unexplained thing you have ever come across on the internet? When I was a kid, I had some cereal that had website to visit to enter to win some prize or something. I don't remember the specifics. Anyway, when I entered that site into my computer, it didn't take me to some kid-friendly site or anything. It took me to a blank white page with just the text, "We have been watching you." This happened when I used to play Minecraft a lot back in like 2013 to 2014. I was with a friend on Skype and was trying to find other people to join to play a game in the lobby, and I asked this one guy if he wanted to join. He gives me his Skype and my friend, and I add him. Then he starts inviting us to a video call and only one of us could join. My friend joined and started screen sharing, and this guy, who was probably like 12 or 13, was laying on his bed naked and had tied his legs and an arm to the bedposts and started jacking off. After that, I stopped inviting random people to Skype. Someone somehow guessed my name correctly in a 4chan thread. I didn't even give any clue to who I was. Still don't know who or how they did it. Was casually surfing when I stumbled upon a video of a guy doing shotgun loading tutorials or something. The video was cut half and he was speaking another language and the gun accidentally went off and he blew his head clean off. I don't remember the website name or anything. I was just surfing funny videos to pass the time when I saw this. The amount of blood that went flying everywhere was horrible. I was just 11 when I saw this, so it practically scarred me bad. It still chills me when I think about it. A lady on Gay Online got mad at me in Chatterbox. So she went on my profile and spammed it with gifs of someone beating a dog to death with a shovel. I remember seeing the first one and crying a lot because at the time I was like 11 or 12. She sent like 10 before I got her blocked and later banned. I had to manually delete each comment from my public profile. Each gif was from a different point in the same video. It was really sad and I didn't go back onto my PC for a long time. This isn't the internet but more on a call. I was on a call with my girlfriend who was in Germany at that time, early 2019, when suddenly she seemed to be repeating what she was saying from a while back. I got confused and was trying to ask her why she was repeating herself before I realized that her voice was being looped back. I didn't realize the loop point or how far back it was, but she was clearly saying the same lines as she did before. When I hung up and called her back, she asked me why I hung up on her and didn't call me back. Then during the second call, it happened again after 3 minutes. I've never been able to explain why this happened and has never occurred again before or since. Definitely gave me the creeps and more than a few thoughts that I was living in a simulation. I rang my mum on WhatsApp to do a video call. When she answered, it was a man with his shirt off. Middle-aged, 50s, with glasses on, sitting on a couch. It sort of looked like a hotel room. He had a foreign accent and said, "Yes? Hello? Who is this?" Dart. I hung up immediately and rang my mum again, and she picked up and she was on camera walking around near a pond. It was absolutely bizarre and has never happened again. Update: these theories about my mum having an affair or teleporting from this bloke's room to the pond are both salacious and hilarious. Keep them coming. The more outrageous the better. Naive me got into kids chat. Randomly got messaged by a guy asking if I want free toys. Childish me accepted. Then guy led me to a 4GB folder full of random dog photos. Scrolling down a bit further, there's a few zip files. Some photos were oversaturated than the rest. Others I can't even make out. Shit reminds me of some old creepypasta and noped out. Human beef. I tried to find it on the Wayback Machine. To no avail. It was super creepy though. Edit, ostensibly a place to purchase meat, human meat. They had testimonials and photos, artistic renderings of processing employees wearing masks, and of the final product. It's been over 20 years, 1998ish, since I saw it. So my memory is a little faded. But I'm pretty sure the URL was human beef. I remember the color scheme being white and turquoise. Anybody else remember it? Edit 2. I guess it was manned beef. Not human beef. That said, according to Hoax Expose website, it's now quite unsurprisingly porn. I didn't verify, but you've been warned. So I decided to just type in something like mmmmmmmmmmmmm or something like it. Coca-Cola used to, or still does, own a URL like that. But just the same letter maybe 13-15 times. It came to a choppy video of movie called South 32. It was cryptic and edited to just say South 32 over and over again. For 4 hours. So I tried a different letter. Same thing. And another letter. Same thing. The same website popped up for maybe 20 different URLs in that type of sequence. I tried submitting it to the internet mysteries subreddit, but it didn't gain any traction and I don't believe it works anymore. This must have been 4 years ago now. I was 12. Alone in my room. Casually browsing YouTube on my old laptop when suddenly a jump scare opens on a completely different tab on Chrome. I still remember my webcam's light blinking. I was so terrified that I wasn't able to use my laptop alone for a good 6-7 months lol. I changed the email address attached to my Amazon account. A year later I forgot and tried to sign into my account with old email address. The same password worked, but it was someone else's account. Name and address was different, and the guy hadn't bought anything. Why did he use my old email? It was unique to me and didn't match his name. And how did the password end up the same as mine? I'm not sure if this has been explained, but I remember discovering a YouTube channel which went by the name of Robert Helpman. The channel has various videos of a body bag, seemingly with something inside of it, which is referred to as Daisy. I came across this when I was young, and it terrified me. In the post above this one I just read a 2-paragraph comment about how to properly seduce a female dolphin. The time 4chan figured out how to get into the White House's networked warning system. Edit. Context. Okay. So post 9/11. The thread said that there are these phone systems that are IP phones set up throughout that government and they can be called during an event. The number is automated and a woman's voice will start reciting numbers and phrases indicating instructions to the person who was given the number to begin with. Usually things like orange. Orange. Orange 5. 3. 1. I found out about it because someone posted it in 2011-2012 or so. It was just the number and a picture of the White House. Thread was also cross-posted on X in the thread. Someone started posting codes that actually worked and progressed people further into the automated system. I modded Discord servers for a while. Users send you all sorts of shock stuff when you bang them. Typically just stuff like gay porn that doesn't make me blink twice. One guy sent me a home video of someone being beheaded. Wasn't ready for that. I was in a private call with a friend on Discord and then suddenly we heard someone saying like hello? Exclamation point, anyone can hear me? We both surprised and I'm 1000% sure there was only the two of us. I read Kyle Odom's manifesto on here. Basically he was this mentally ill ex-marine who was convinced he was being telepathically manipulated by aliens. He believed their main hideout was in this church and he had to kill the leader to make it stop. He ended up firing an entire clip of hollow point bullets into the back of the preacher of that church. The preacher made a full recovery which was deemed a miracle and Kyle Odom was arrested throwing his manifesto across the White House fence. This is all a true story if you look him up. There was a sub about methods of switching universes in the multiverse. The sub had a number in the sidebar and people would swear that they successfully switched universes because the number was different or a partner has a scar they didn't before. Stuff like that. Anyway, it just stopped. No word as to why. No nothing. Everyone just stopped posting and commenting all of a sudden. Sadly I cannot for the life of me remember the name of the sub. As a teenager looking for porn, I stumbled across a website which looked like one of those live cam sites. Old people, kids, people of all different ages, ethnicities and whatnot. I clicked on a random live stream of some oblivious teenager doing her homework, and the people in the comments were saying stuff that made me realize she didn't know she was being live streamed. Nor did anyone else on the site. It seemed to be some weird website of hacked webcams or security cameras where the people had no idea about it. A few days after we got an Alexa, my wife and I were playing around by asking it random questions to see what she'd say. We asked her to tell us a story. Without missing a beat, she said there is a disfigured child in the basement calling for help. This happened last month. I was watching random stuff on YouTube when suddenly I started listening to guys talking with a calm music in the background. One of the guys had a strong Russian accent. They seemed to be playing something. Either it was some video I opened, but it wasn't. I started to close everything until everything was closed. There was only Steam open, but I wasn't in any voice chat or anything, and no media was playing, like stream or anything like that. It seemed to be some private call I got in. So I closed Steam and the two guys talking stopped. So I guess somehow I got into a random Steam private voice call. One night I was listening to music on my Alexa and playing Minecraft, then I turned off Minecraft and then my Alexa and set off to sleep. Then a few minutes later my Alexa glows a red light and plays a very loud static noise. It scared the poop out of me. I remember back in the day you could type in meet chat or something like that in the Google search bar and then hit the I'm feeling lucky button. It would immediately bring up a page with a dude covered in poop. I used to download movies using one of those illegal apps. I was a teenager. About 16. Perverts loved to title hardcore illegal porn Disney titles. You never knew what you were going to get. Sometimes you'd get Disney movies. Sometimes you'd get edits with Disney intros and title cards. Then it would cut into porn. I'll never forget the time I downloaded Goofy movie and it was a horse and a woman. It was awful. I remember I cried and deleted it immediately. I didn't tell anyone. You wouldn't download a car, and for months I expected the FBI to show up and arrest me. When I was a kid, 10-11 yo, and I was taking my first baby steps looking for porn. I found a porn website with a bunch of women who were all missing their arms and legs. It was somewhat jarring that there were so many, and I started wondering what had happened to them and if whoever was filming the stuff had taken their limbs. Haha. Kids be kids dart. Unless, it was probably an amputation fetish website or something. I think. Maybe. That time I fell on a file hosting website with different videos claiming to be hidden cameras in various spots. It included stuff like Disneyland bathrooms and other stuff like this. I never downloaded a file to check if it was true verism, but I directly reported it to the authorities because if it's true stuff then it's really fricked. This is a cool thread. I'll add that before Tumblr banned NSFW content. I used to see anorexia encouragement that consisted of ideal bodies and just horrible body dysmorphia. I followed a guy that did crack and saw jarring videos of someone smoking meth and doing cocaine immediately after. I saw one post of someone on heroin then doing Xanax, absolutely terrible synergy BTW. They were being recorded and I just remember the eyes rolling back and flopping over. Tumblr was a strange place. I want to know if someone else ventured down there. Back around 2005. I had no clue how to use tampons. I was too embarrassed to ask anyone. So I decided to try searching the internet for help. I came across some forum where people were talking about sticking tampons up their butt. I was confused because I was sure tampons didn't go there. So I kept reading to find out more. Turns out it was a bunch of men sticking tampons up their butt because they liked the feeling of the tampon swimming around in there. Not really unexplained, but some creepy language was used in that forum. My girlfriend at the time texted me a link to a local news article involving a trial taking place that day. At the top of the article was a picture of my girlfriend sitting in the courtroom. I expressed surprise since she hadn't mentioned going to court. She definitely would have told me. And then in anticipation of it, asked me a bunch of questions. As I am in the legal field. She responded, "That's not me. We never did find out who it was." Edit. The woman who looked like my girlfriend was not the only person in the photo. She was not even the primary subject of the photo. She was sitting in the gallery with a number of other people.
Hi there. Look, if you enjoyed the video, well, why not go ahead and hit that like and subscribe to Reddit Stories. In fact, if you want to see even more responses to this thread, well then, take a look. There's the link in the description below. And remember, show some love to those authors while you're there. And I look forward to seeing you next time.